With Moro and his magic being such a different approach for the Dragon Ball universe, Granola's sniper abilities have, at points, felt a bit stale. However, with the introduction of Gas's new form, we've now been given not only a unique villain, but one whose abilities seemingly will require Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah to use practical martial arts and fighting like in the original series, rather than just gigantic ki-based attacks like we've seen in more recent years, which has me extremely excited for future chapters. How's it going, everybody? Stop Vegeta saying what is good to all my Super Saiyan homies, here to bring you all sorts of Dragon Ball content. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that like, as it does help the video and channel to grow tremendously. Today we'll be reviewing Chapter 78, discussing all sorts of things ranging from Gas's new abilities, Elec's manipulation of Granolah and Manito, and the bond between Vegeta and Granolah. Be sure to leave a comment down below civilly discussing what you think of Gas's new abilities, as well as just the chapter as a whole. So right off the bat, this chapter picked up the pace quite nicely for the arc, I must say, beginning with Elec telling the Heaters to get things underway as he makes his wish. Sparing almost no time to allow Granolah to breathe, the sky turns dark, and Vegeta and Goku note that this is similar to what happens when Shenron is summoned, when all of a sudden Maki and Oil appear. And these panels were a lot of fun. I mean, we really got to see a great glimpse of Maki and Oil joyously gloating about their brother's newfound strength. Maki looks rather playful here, and to start things off, but then is immediately followed by a couple more panels that just show how sinister her demeanor actually is. After a couple of pages of playful gloating from his siblings, we're finally given the reveal of Gas's new power-up form, and boy does it look like someone's been drinking their milk. Wasting no time, he fires a large, beam-like blade that rattles Granolah and the Saiyans, and slices his ship clean in half. And within a single page of having his new form, we're already exposed just to the raw power that Gas actually possesses. But what truly makes him so special is what his abilities actually do. Of course, in another clever bit of wordplay, Gas seems to be able to manipulate solid forms of matter, with him being named after one of the other three states of matter, so yes, even in such a terrifying and threatening villain, Toriyama manages to sneak another pun past us. Showing off his newfound powers, Gas manifests a four-pointed spear and impales Granolah into the side of a rock, stating how he never liked it, which, raw, this was just raw as fuck. With Gas ready to finish off the Saiyans and Granolah, he asks if Goku is Bardock's son, and wonders whether he's still alive to get his own vengeance. Vegeta confirms that Frieza eliminated the Saiyans, and that basically they're all that's left. Maki states that if that's the case, it's simply time for the Heaters to take out Frieza's trash. Like, damn, these Heaters don't give two shits flying fuck at all. After manifesting cuffs onto Goku's wrists and ankles, which, kinky, he makes an axe to finish off the job, only to be stopped by Granolah thanks to Manito having ripped the spear out of him, which confirms for us that these are actually physical manifestations and not just ki-based weapons. Now, while he's still blathering on about being the strongest, this may be one of the first moments with Granolah that I truly enjoyed. Despite having a severe flesh wound in every single one of his limbs, he still gets right back up, ready to defend his title, though this doesn't really seem to go all that well for him. Gas goes on to pull out a mace quite literally out of his ass, and beats the ever-living snot out of Granolah. I mean, seriously, he just puts him into the ground. As they fight, Manito asks for Goku's help in saving Granolah, while removing his cuffs and attempting to heal him as best he can. Goku naturally agrees, seeing to it that he finished what his father started, and heads off to support Granolah. Cutting back to Gas and Granolah, and another display of absolute rawness, Granolah attempts to land a blow on Gas, deviating from his standard Ki Blast attacks. However, Gas is able to catch the strike with ease and snap Granolah's wrist. Like, damn, Gas is just ripping the wings off of a butterfly at this point. As he continues to turn Granolah into trail mix, he then goes on to explain how Elec saw potential in Granolah as a young bounty hunter, sending us into a flashback showing us just how deadly Granolah's sniping abilities were even as a child. Elec, seeing potential in his abilities, takes advantage of Manito's fear and weakness, and strikes a bargain for Granolah in his life, stating that as long as he comes and works for the Heaters, Elec will spare Granolah and Manito. Given how Granolah was unconscious when Elec killed Muesli, he has no idea of Elec's crimes and accepts the offer, thinking that he'll simply be a hired gun and will be paid handsomely by the Heaters. Cutting back to the present, we see Goku and Manito wrapping things up, with Goku then going to join the fray. But before he does, he reminds Vegeta of the other Senzu beam that they brought, and Vegeta acknowledges that he got carried away while using Ultra Ego, and threw away the piece of armor in which he'd been storing it. After throwing in a quick jab at Ultra Ego's appearance, seemingly a nod to those fans who had been disappointed by its design, Goku flies off to take on Gas, and leaves Vegeta to find the Senzu, who manages to do so rather quickly, I might add. We get quite the interesting fight between Goku and Gas for the few panels that we actually have of them. Gas makes himself some guitar and lunges to impale Goku, but learning from his mistakes in the Moro arc, Goku grabs the blade and snaps it in half with his bare hands, which, Whew! Just love to see it. Stating he won't be killed so easily. While Granola's Ki Blast seemingly had no impact on Gas in his new stronger form, Goku's martial arts background, as well as his defensive capabilities from Ultra Instinct, make him seem to be a far more favorable matchup in this fight as opposed to Granolah, even if Gas is still technically the strongest. With Goku going on the offensive, Gas looks to more Western techniques of Captain America and Tom and Jerry using a shield and a mallet to wear Goku down, who inquires what's taking Vegeta so long as he's not quite sure how much longer he'll be able to hold out in this fight. With Vegeta having found the Senzu Bean, he goes and wakes up Granolah, explaining to him what it is. When Granolah asks why he didn't use it during their battle with Ultra Ego, Vegeta goes on to give a somewhat half-assed but Vegeta-like answer, saying that he didn't wish to cheat, but then proclaims that Granolah must be the one to take it so that he can be the one to enact his revenge. Though we know Vegeta has taken Senzu Beans before, what sits so well with me about this is the parallels between Frieza and Elec and Granolah and Vegeta. Vegeta knows all too well what it's like to have been manipulated for the wishes of another, as well as the importance of being able to get your own vengeance firsthand rather than allowing your enemy to be defeated at the hands of another. Many have speculated that Vegeta is now facing a level of guilt for dealing as much damage to Granolah as he did, but as I've been saying for the past few chapters now, despite what he may have physically stated in these chapters, Vegeta's actions mirror that of Beerus in Chapter 69. Where he seems to have intentionally antagonized Granolah to see the errors of his way. Until now, Granolah was unable to see reason and was simply blinded by his grudge against Frieza and the Saiyans. Vegeta knows firsthand how being stuck in the past can only hold you back and is now trying to pass on this lesson to Granolah. Though it wasn't Vegeta who ended the battle, now having the catalyst of new information of what really happened from Naito, as well as a heated battle with the newly awakened Gas, it seems that Granolah will finally be at a place to accept the fact that the Saiyans aren't his enemy, and in fact will be the greatest allies in enacting his revenge. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to let us know what you think about Gas's new abilities and the chapter as a whole. Have a great rest of your day, I'll see you all next time, peace out.